Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to join us here today on our webinar, which is going to be on unleashing AI and SAP Business One in conjunction with MyWave AI. Just to note before we jump into anything here, while today's webinar is specifically on MyWave AI and SAP Business One, MyWave is also available to many other SAP platforms, including public cloud, private cloud, and even ECC. But just to have that noted there, let's jump into it. First and foremost, folks we have on our call with us today, starting out with David Snyder, who leads the entire SAP practice here at Phoenix Business Consulting. And next is our friend Rosi Coronado from MyWave. And she'll be, of course, presenting our demo today. So glad to have Rosi along. Then also just want to note Brandon Galarno is our VP of Sales and Marketing here for SAP at Phoenix Business Consulting. Apologies. And then lastly, I'm Dustin Logue, of course, here just notating the call. I work in sales here for SAP at Phoenix. Little information on Phoenix. Obviously, we've been in business for over 25 years. We're all full-time employees. Our North American office is based out of Sarasota, Florida. But as you can see, we also have some offices throughout Europe and Asia. So I'll give you another minute there just to look that over. Moving on, we are full SAP suite here at Phoenix Business Consulting. So we offer a range of products from all the way down to SAP Concur to By Design to all ERP systems, whether it's SAP Business One, S/4HANA, and so on. From here as well, so Phoenix, as you can see, just a few more details on Phoenix Business Consulting. Won't read this all out to you all. We have over 350 plus customers, 250 plus full-time employees. And once again, just to notate, we are not just strictly SAP Business One, even though that's what we're showing today. We do offer that full range of SAP products. Then, lastly, here before handing off, I'm just going to go over some housekeeping for today's webinar. You're going to receive a link of our presentation today. But not only on that, you'll also receive a recording of this webinar. So you'll have everything to review. And that presentation link will also have some contact information in case you have any questions following. But during the call here, if you have any questions that you can think of, please feel free to just click that Q&A button down below, type your question in. We may not be able to get to all of our questions today, but please put it in. And if we don't get to it, we will be happy to follow up with you following the webinar. And so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and hand this call off now to Rosi, and the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you.
Stop presenting.
I am gonna think you're ready. Can you see my screen, Dustin?
Perfect, yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for the introduction, Dustin. So good seeing you again and the whole Phoenix team. I know I've known you forever, and I'm so glad I got invited today to talk about our AI agents for SAP. As Dustin did say already, so today I will show you some agents for SAP Business One, but of course we also have agents for HANA, for ECC. Actually, I'm just rolling out a custom agent for ECC. So it's very agnostic. So it doesn't matter what platform you're running, what SAP you're running. AI, our agents work with all of them. A little bit about me. I have been in the SAP world for a long time, 20 plus years. So I did implementations. I work very close with customers like you. This is always my favorite part to find out where you're struggling, where do you need help, and what can, what is out there for you to improve your everyday tasks. Today we talk about AI. Okay. Now I'm with MyWave. MyWave is actually a partner with SAP, and it's integrated with SAP, and it has agents already done for you. So you can just plug them in into your SAP database. And the AI word is big right now out there. So there is so much out there about AI. Okay, what does AI do? What am I expecting about AI? Everybody expects something else. Okay, So I will talk a little bit about our AI modules. Okay. First of all, it's a time saver. Okay. So we are agentic AI, and a lot of people are like, well, what is that? There is AI, could be this, could be this, could be this. It's when I used to go to to conferences, it's like digital transformation. Well, explain to me what it is. And really, it could be anything. And this is how I feel like now with AI, because people, it could be a chat box. They say this is AI. It could be an automation. This could be AI. So with us, with MyWave, so the agentic AI is AI that takes actions, makes decisions to achieve goals for you. Okay, so this is what I put in this slide. I moved stuff around because for people to understand. There's AI that creates content, which I like too, right? Of course, or images, but then you have the agentic AI. And you might be somebody's like, it's going to take my job away. It will not. Let me move this because you're going to see this. It's not going to take a job away. It's not. We still have the human involved, but you're going to get little helpers. I call them little helpers. You're going to get helpers. They're going to help you to do your titsy work, if you call. So you spend a lot of time on certain things. So now you're going to get some helpers for that. This is the time to jump into AI. If you're not, you're already behind. I love this slide. I'll have it on every presentation is because some people is like, I don't like it. No, thank you. It's like people said, what, 50, 60 years ago about computers. No, I don't need a computer. I don't need a smartphone. No, this is the AI world right now. This is where you have to jump on the wagon and make your life basically easier. Be up to speed with technology. Okay. So our agents, the difference is they're little helpers. They learn from you. So they learn, they adapt, and you train them. So keep that in mind. If you leave today, this is all I need you to know. I also say it's like if you hire an employee. So now it's an agent because it's hard to find somebody to do this titsy work anyway. So you train an agent and they will do what you train them on and they will learn from you. And all that work goes away for you. You're still in control, but you have all those little helpers around you. Okay? And I always say also, and those employees, they don't call in sick, they are not going to be late because they are always there for you. Okay? So they understand context, they work across system, as Dustin mentioned earlier, and I say it again. So if you're on S4HANA, ECC, SAP Business One, we can use those AI agents on each of your systems. Or if you run maybe Salesforce or any other solution on top of your SAP, you can also connect with the agents to that system. Because as long you have an open API, we can connect to it. So it's very agnostic. So you can imagine if you have several systems and get data out system and have an agent work with across those system. I mean, it's huge. It's huge. Okay. So Safe by the Sun, built for SAP Business One. That's what I'm going to do today. Okay. But you can come back to Dustin and say, hey, I want to see something for S4 HANA, ECC. That's fine too. But it really eliminates work for you and it starts learning. Okay. Right now we have out of the box agents for you. So if you are for SAP Business One, I'll show you some out of the box for you, ready to go. And of course, what you can do also, you can tweak it. You can tweak it. Your partner, Phoenix Consulting, can tweak it. We can tweak it because every customer is different. Maybe you have some user-defined fields. Certain fields you need to have there. You can do that also. So It's really about saving. Saving, do not do the titsy work, save time. I just went to a customer event and I was having lunch with several customers, and the customer who runs an agent from ours, a custom agents, because they spend so much time putting sales orders into the system. And she said, we are saving so much time now because now we can utilize the time and be better in other areas like customer service. Maybe give the customer a call like we used to do, but we don't have time anymore because we are so loaded with our work. Okay, this was actually this retail company. They're the ones I had lunch with, and they're saving 70% of work because the agent reads their documents, they knows exactly how to extract it into SAP. It's retail, so it's by size, by color, whatsoever. Okay. And this was another company. They have also an agent of ours, and they save even more time because it's all about insurance. It's about insurance claims and so on. And as you can see, it does not matter which industry you're in. AI is like horizontal. Anybody can use AI. It's about you sitting down. Gosh, I'm spending so much time. I really would like somebody to help me. I would like to have two employees, additional employees to help me doing this and think for me. This is when your AI agents come in. So let's look at it. So this is my SAP Business One. So SAP Business One, this is the web client. So if you are here with for SAP Business One, you don't use the web client yet, that's fine. You still can use our agents as long the web extension is installed. But that's something Phoenix Consultant knows. Okay, but down the road, SAP will come out on the web client. Of course, you have access to it already. I love it because you see it's browser based. And what I like also, you can open up SAP more than one time by just clicking it and you just say open it on a new tab. So maybe here I have the menu. Over here maybe I open up my purchasing menu or purchase orders or whatsoever. What's going to happen with SAP Business One, there is the web extension. Those going to be your add-ons for SAP Business One. Meaning, so you're going to have add-ons here. And as you can see that our solution is integrated with SAP. We all come from the SAP world, actually. We all come from the SAP world, and we know that SAP Business One, in my case, I mean, all the SAP products are great products. I like SAP. They're stable. They have been around forever, but it needs a little bit of lift. And this is when our AI comes in. It needs an AI lift, and it's already there for you. So when you're in here and you click on the web extension, it opens up another tab, and here are those agents already ready for you to use. Okay, so we have about 18 agents. I have about 18 agents here. They are done for SAP Business One specifically. They are ready for you to go. Of course, for example, there's an agent create sales orders from a customer purchase order. Of course, any other solution wants that too. Okay, and of course, it doesn't matter which platform you're on, S4HANA, ECC, you can also have those agents. But let's talk about those agents. Just to give you examples what you can do, and just telling you, those are just examples. We are like, when they were designed, I said, well, let's do some agents we know that would help the customer a lot. Let's put them out there because to give you as a customer also ideas what you can do to get ideas, and then you can sit back and say, gosh, you know what? I got to call my Redbird Phoenix Consulting because I really would like an agent to do this and this or similar what she showed me, what Rosie showed me, but I need to tweak it around a little bit. Okay. So let's look at some. For example, there's one get price and quantity information. Of course, you're gonna have so many agents at one point because that's the future, right? You can also go uh, type in here what you want to do. Okay. So, or you can, of course, click on one of those buttons if you see the menu right in front of you. But, how can I help you? I'm getting pricing and quantity information. And what this agent does is really, hey, I'm calling you, I'm your customer, and I say, you know what? Um, I need this item from you. So I'm telling you, I need this portable hard disk. I'm gonna need this item from you. We are opening a new office and or we have new employees or whatsoever. We need 100 of these items. So this is really just, this is like ask me anything, go into SAP Business One. In this case, it's just for item lookup, specific for item lookup. It goes into SAP and tells you, yeah, you have 256 in stock. You have it in this warehouse. There's your price list. There is no alternative items. Okay. Then it's going to ask you, do you want to do another one? You want to look up something else? Well, the customer just told me he wants also some printers. So you go in here. Again, you go in here and say, yeah, you need 456 printers. You go look it up and here it is. So you can go in here and just go and look up the items, for example. Very simple agent goes through it. If you would have alternative items, it would show it here and you can look up what's going on with those items. If you maybe have more or less and so on. So one of the agents out of the box. And this is what comes from customers like you. I do this all the time. I'm looking up stuff. I don't want to go into SAP business, into SAP. I just want to have an agent that tells me. So that's one of them. Um, Another one that's really nice is create the visit report. This is an agent really when I go and I always think I remember everything, but I don't. It's getting worse, right? Our heads are so full. So when you do and visit a customer, you want to report it somewhere. So maybe you have a different solution to report it in. In my case, I do it in SAP. I'm gonna create an activity and I create an activity because I want to run reports, what I did with this customer, right? So you can create a visit report. So, like I said, you can click, you can tell the MyWave what you want to do. And what it's really doing is it's gonna ask me, hey, who did you visit? Who do you want to create this activity for, right? So I'm gonna go in here and pull up a customer and say, yeah, I visited this customer today. Oh, it's slowing down on me. And then it's gonna ask me the date. I maybe did it yesterday, or maybe I do it tomorrow and I want to create an activity. It's totally up to you. And then you can start typing what you did. What did you discuss? Okay. Or you can start talking to the agent and say what you did. And that's even better because you save even way more time. And I'm going to try to do that. I know who has seen my demos, it doesn't understand my accent sometimes. I had a great webinar with a Phoenix Consulting about our AI agents. Dustin started off the webinar. We had wonderful customers joining, interested in AI for their solution. We will follow up in a couple of weeks, and if anybody wants to have a one-to-one demo to talk more about their need and about their solution they're running, Dustin will schedule a follow-up call. So you just put in there what you did and yada yada yada. So you can talk to it on the phone or you type it. Of course, I like the talking better. And what this AI agent is, it's gonna look at it, what you said, and this is, of course, you have seen this probably and used this. It's gonna rewrite it for you, so to make sure It's nice. It has the key points, the actions, the follow-up calls with Dustins, and so on. So it puts it in a very, very nice format. And I say continue. I mean, imagine you have to type all this. Here it is. And it creates the activity in SAP Business One, because now when I go to my SAP and I have my CRM open, I go to activities. Here it is 166. And if I open it up, you have it right here from today. Okay. So huge time saver. Just, we are so busy. If I can just talk to somebody, hey, make it nice for me and put it into their system. That's one I really like a lot. We also have one, for example, of course, this is somebody everybody wants. I did, and I did not realize that people still get a lot of emails to do orders or PDFs to do orders. A lot of people get a PDF, a purchase order, and then people turn around and have to put this PDF into the system. And it takes a long time. I mean, there's people, that's all they do. So there's an agent, for example, they said, I want to create a sales order from a purchase order. And this is the one pretty much everybody has. Pretty much everybody has, and a lot of people that tweak it a little bit. Like the retail company uses that because their purchase order lines, the format is so different. There's one line and there's 100 items you have to put into SAP. So let me show you. So you got a PDF and you're like, oh, now I have to go open up SAP. I have to go in here. I have to go into sales. I have to say create sales order. There we go. So I have the PDF open here. And now I'm going to go look up the business partner and so on. Okay. Oh, that's inactive. So I go in here and try to put in a sales order. And now I'm typing in line by line what this customer wants to order. So very cumbersome. So you have this agent, you're like, okay, you know what, Maxitech, let's stick with Maxitech. Just send me a purchase order. And this is something like for this customer, what we did, they had one big PDF file, like 87 pages or 100 pages, and there's different purchase orders. On this one file, there is so many different purchase order. This is not just one purchase order. And what the agent does, it takes each purchase orders and creates a sales orders for each one. It's just one PDF. So I upload the file. So there's a PO. I'm going to say upload it. And again, this retail customer with many, many, many pages, you upload it. The agent is going to extract the lines. It's going to read it, matches it up with your SAP database, which items are on this purchase order. And you don't have to key those. And once it's done, it's a little bit slow, sorry about that. Once it's done, here it is, extract. It looked at the PDF, and yes, it can be different PDFs. It looked at the PDF, looks at the items. If there's an item not recognized, it will show it to you in red, and you have to kind of look it up and see, hey, it didn't recognize it. Maybe they have a different item code. Or I'll show you another example where there's no item code, just description what it does. You can also remove this preview or not, the PDF. You can also add lines, and this is what I like because you're still involved. And a customer called me, they just sent me this, but you know what? They also want this, and they want 10 of those, and it's $5. Here's the PO number, and you can put comments, whatever you would like to do. Check everything looks good, and you say continue. And this will create your sales order. So instead of you keying it in, it creates your sales order, and it's document number 1805. This is the purchase order number. And if I go in here and I go to sales, I go to my sales orders and look it up. There's 1805 and I open it up. You will also see, there's my remark. There are all my lines, and it will attach the PDF to the sales order. It attaches the purchase order. Huge time saver, huge time. Let the agent extract those lines and put it in there. And let's say I'm just sending you an email. I didn't send you a PDF. I'm just gonna send you an email, and so you can do that too. And it's this one. It's like I want to create a sales quotation. Let me get you a simple email. I have it over here. There's okay. Paste your email in here. And guys, this is something we can also hook up to your email. So this is, I don't have it hooked up to my email, but there's a webhook out there now. And you can actually put rules in there which PDFs to grab from the email or which email to grab. So here I'm just copy and paste the email. It's better than going into the system and start, okay, they want a memory chip, they want a monitor, they want a hard disk, and so on. It's going to ask me which customer did send me the email. And in this case, you see it doesn't recognize some stuff. It's because maybe I have more than one monitor. I have more than one hard disk. You see, it just says monitor, hard disk. There is no item codes involved. So the first one is very straightforward. It's probably only one memory chip I have in the system, but the other ones, they have questions. I can also hide this again. I can also say remove this. And then I can also say add a line. You can do that. And then you can find the monitor. Oh, I did it wrong, but it doesn't matter. This is how many they need. Let's just do a hard disk here. You just can override it and still correct that stuff. The beauty is that the customer calls you last minute, you still have the flexibility to adjust it. But I mean, this is only 3 lines, right now. Imagine you have purchase order with 10, 20, 30 lines, and I'm sure you do. Okay? And here's the date that was in there. If not, then you just have to put the date. There is your comments, your remark fields again, and you continue. And your sales quotation in this case is created. So maybe you were one of the customers and said, well, I want to have this agent. I want to be able to either create a sales quotation or a sales order. Yeah, then you can put this button in there. We can put this button in there. 1722, again, I'll go here, and there was a sales quotation, and it's in the system, 1722. So the future is really that you are on a screen like this and just type in there what the system should be doing. Here is my sales quotation. For example, I've been talking about, you can tweak those. I mean, those are out of the box. Of course, most likely most people have to tweak it. So for example, the one I showed you first, get price and quantity information. One of the customers said, hey, I want a button. Yeah, you give me the information, but now I want a button that says create a sales quote or a sales order. So I can send it to the customer. I have him on the phone. They want to order that. Makes totally sense. Or maybe if you don't have enough in inventory, maybe you want a button right there with the agent, create a purchase order for this many. You can do that too. Okay. So then we have also, you can report expenses, upload your expenses, and post it into AP to get reimbursed, of course. The one I want to show you is also ranking. We all like sales, right? We all like sales ranking business partner. Let me see if it's gonna pick it up like this. Oh, this is another another report. It's like, hey, I'm the sales manager. or Dustin is the sales manager, and he says, hey, I want to see how a certain state, a certain city, a certain sales employee is doing. Okay. So I just say continue. I'm going to look it up by state. That's the only data I have right now, or I remember to do. So I'm going to look up this state, which is Great Britain. It's really a country, right? No, it's moving slow. Do I have to turn off my camera? There we go. It was moving slow on me. And then it's going to ask you, hey, what's the date range you want to look at? So I want to look it up for the last year. I'm going to say continue. And it's going to tell me exactly what happened in GB, state, what happened, who is my top customer, how many total orders they have, and so on. And you can do this with business, by sales employee or whatsoever. So those are really, really nice agents. And really, what I like a lot is because you can think about it now. You can think about it. Hey, what do we need? What do we need? Where do we need help? Do we need help on creating sales orders? Do we need help creating purchase orders? I had a request from a customer and said, hey, I would like to have an agent where I can update a purchase order so I don't have to go into SAP. And like I said, it's okay if you are still using SAP on the desktop. Okay, that's fine. You still can use our AI agents. Okay. I have customers, that take something like this and say, maybe I need user-defined fields need to be on there. I need a shipping address. We have so many shipping addresses. I need to have a drop down there. So this gives you really good ideas what you can do, and then you tweak it the way you want it. And for everything, I'm just going to show you something else. If you look up our website, there is our catalog. And since we have people here, maybe for Business One, for S4HANA, whatsoever, there's videos from, most of them have videos, and some actually say actually it's S4HANA, I think. I don't know which one, but it would tell you. If it doesn't say anything, it's agnostic, but it doesn't matter, because even if it's if we have some agent for S4HANA, we can convert them to Business One, vice versa. This is really to give you ideas what's available, what you can do, because that will help you think, how can I use MyWave, the AI agents, to use in our environment. So I'm going to go back to the slides. If I find them, give me 1 second. I don't know where I put it. There we go. Okay. So saving time and let the agent think. You saw some of the drop downs when it knew what I chose last time on the quantity or on the item. But of course, there is more advanced one. We also have, I just don't have it installed. And you can see it actually on that agent catalog. Kind of check it out over there. We are always working on it. We are always working on it. We are always improving them. We also come out with new agents, because we are listening to customers like you, to the partners, our partners like Phoenix Consulting. We are pretty much all over the world. So AI is no longer optional. It's like something we gotta run and use. And I was it, if you're not, it does not take jobs away. It does not. It's just gonna give you little helpers. Okay. You cut costs, you work faster, you minimize risk, and the deployment is pretty fast. My slides are a little bit off. Okay. So it's the easiest, fastest way to make SAP Business One smarter and your business more scalable. So, and this is again not just for SAP Business One. If you're on S4HANA, of course, we can have a session, and also ECC. Okay, that was my part. So we can have questions, and I do not see if we have any questions. Dustin?
Yes, I have these pulled up here now. I think we have a few in here. Let me start off with our first one. It is, had someone ask, do I work directly with Phoenix to get this put in place?
Yes, absolutely. We work with Phoenix. You work with Phoenix. Phoenix is our core. So yes, you work directly with Phoenix to get this in place.
Great. Yeah, great question. Next one I have down here is what is needed outside of a MyWave subscription to integrate and use this with SAP Business One?
What you also need a hosting provider to be hosted, and I'm not sure, Dustin, if you guys do your own hosting. I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah. Phoenix Consulting is your answer. So you go with Phoenix Consulting because they're gonna host it. They're gonna make sure you're on the correct SAP Business One version. They're gonna make sure you get the bundle deployed and you're good to go. Yeah.
Thank you. Another question I had in here was, can you explain the difference between generative and agentic AI?
Yes, so it's right here. I had it on this slide.
Mhm.
So generative AI creates content. It just does a content creator whatsoever. Agentic takes actions and starts learning and thinks for you. That's why I keep saying it's gonna be like your little employee. When you have a new employee, you train him and they don't remember everything right away, right? And then they do it more and they're going to remember. And this is what the agentic is. They learn and get smarter and smarter. That's the easiest way I can explain it. And that's why I put this in here. So achieve goals, makes decision for you. And it's like training somebody. That's why I said it's your little digital employee. Okay. Which never gets sick, right? It's always there for you. Yes.
Excellent.
I
Thank
hope
you, Rosie.
that makes sense. Yeah, it's very confusing out there. It's very confusing to me right now. Everything is AI. Every time I look at my phone and this little thing comes up, oh, there's another AI. So I think the best way to really get into it, start out what's out there for you, start playing with it, and you will learn. And once you get maybe a custom wave like the customers I work with, they see because with your own database, then you can see how it's learning and get smarter and smarter. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Excellent. I think that's about all we had time set here for questions. If you still have other questions, feel free to put them in right now. We'll be happy to follow up with those. As I had stated at the beginning of our webinar here today, I'll be sending out that slide deck I had shown at the beginning. That'll have our contact information here. You can feel free to reach out to us. And I'll also be sending out a recording of this entire webinar from today, so you can feel free to go back and rewatch. And no worries if you didn't take notes. Um, Aside from that, I appreciate you all joining in with us today, and we look forward to seeing you at our next webinar. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.